Yo, yo, how goes it? How goes it? Welcome aboard Cardboard Sim. Okay, that seems to be working good there. All right. How's it going? How's it going? We are back here at where we left off yesterday. Which is Mayagana, I think is how you pronounce it. Mike Yankee Mike. And we got a pretty nice little stretch today. I was able to kind of piece out a more decent flight plan versus just kind of winging it. I mean, it's still kind of winging it, but something where, you know, I actually have it all set up in the 750 and 650. So we know exactly, you know, distances, all that good stuff. So for the most part on tonight's flight, we're going to the beginning portion, or for the most part, most of the flight is going to, I'll say half of it's going to be, you know, the touch and goes. I got a pretty decent amount of touch and goes, and then on the last leg it's going to be a nice stretch across the water, because we got to get over to this bigger body of land, and we'll be finishing up over at Puerto Plata. That'll be the next closest place to shut it down, and then from there we can start working it down. My goal for tomorrow definitely is going to be, I want to stretch it out across that coastal, the coastline of that island, and then take a nice little hop over to the next body of land, and we'll run that coastline over. So my goal is, which I think it should work, if all goes well today and tomorrow, this weekend, so Saturday and Sunday, because I do plan on flying all the way through the weekend. So Saturday I would like to start maybe I'll either finish up at St. Thomas tomorrow, or maybe St. Croix. We'll see how that goes. And then from there, that's when we can start hitting all the fun stuff. So, you know, the St. Martin, St. Bart, you know, all of those good ones. And I might try to run those islands depending on, you know, timing and all that good stuff. We might be able to run it all the way down to South America. So we'll see. We should be able to do all that. And then, you know, next week we can start working our way back. Yeah, so we go from there. So that's the plans for the next couple days and through the weekend, and we'll keep it pressing. So let's get this thing off the ground, shall we? Pre-flight is complete. Seatbelts are fastened. No packs on board. All avionics is off. Circuit breakers are all in. Landing gear is down. Flaps are up. Cowl flaps are open. Lights as required. And let's get some alternator and some battery going there. And full throttle. Prime to pump. Crack the throttle. Fullest tank. Let's get it cranked up. Avionics is coming on. Up to 1,000. Let's get some air going, because it is warm today, y'all. Today was actually a hot day. It rained most of the day, but it was hot. It was like in the 70s. So it's been pretty warm in the house. Okay. So while we're sitting here, I'm gonna go ahead and do a run up. Well, actually, I'll let the engine warm up a little bit. do there. So let me put this down here. Yep. Kind of leave this off here. Oh man, how you doing tonight? How was your day? Let's go ahead and get it trimmed out here. Alright, up to 1700. And we'll select the prop. Check mags. Drop. And there's a drop. Alright, back down to 1,000. So we are good there. First nose flaps is coming in. And so first leg is gonna be a little ride, about 55 nautical miles to our first touch and go point to get us set up for our first round of touch and goes. Winds are, let's see, get some weather out of here. We have nothing out of here. No. Nothing, eh? Okay. Oh, I guess we just gonna have to wing it then. So it looks like winds. Are out about 226. So we'll take runway 06 for departure. All right, let's get these lights off so I can see. It's gonna be a fairly early morning. About a 6:20, 6:30 departure here in Mayagana. As you can see, the skies are clear. Temperature is 25, so it's nice and toasty out this morning. Let's go fly, shall we? Taxi lights and landing lights are coming on. Brakes are released. Let's get on out of here. Brake check. Brakes are good. We catch y'all later, Miss Ma'am and Miss Ma'am. Y'all don't burn up out here. Oh, as soon as I taxied, they were like, "We out." I always find that funny. All right. So something I want to talk about, and we'll talk about it once we get airborne and get through some touch and goes and stuff like that. So topic of discussion for today is going to be how much maintenance goes into an enclosed sim. For those who have an enclosed sim already, feel free to chime in on the chat. Let's see, we are clear left and clear right. Let's get some strobe going. Let everybody know we are on the runway. Actually, where are we going? You know what? I wasn't paying attention. We actually need to turn around. We're actually taking off from runway 06, not the other way around. Or, hold on. Was I right? Yeah, I was going right. I'm tripping. I think it's early in the morning. Ain't nobody else out here. I'm out here, out here doing circles on the runway. Oh man. All right. Let's get on back down here before somebody show up. Okay. And we'll get turned around right here. All right, line her up. Power's coming in. Airspeed's coming alive. A little bit of a crosswind there. Ooh. There's 70. Positive rate. Gears coming up. Lights are off. Speed checks. Flaps coming up. All right, we are airborne. My guy in traffic, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is 500 feet, climbing to 2,000 to the east. My guy in traffic. All right. Beautiful morning sunrise here. Sunlight just casting a nice light on the coast there. Today's flight overall is going to be a little over 2 hours. So we got some time to just hang out and relax. Up to 2,000. We'll go nav. Cow flaps up, lights are off, gears up, flaps are up, and we're rolling. Ah, man. We got a 26 knot crosswind, so this is going to be a rather exciting journey today. Tell you that that easterly wind, man, is brutal out here, which I guess makes sense. I mean, there's nothing out here to block it. All right, so let's get into this conversation this evening, shall we? So how much maintenance goes into keeping an enclosed sim? And I'll speak on mine because I have one. How much maintenance goes into keeping this thing alive? Anywhere from, you know, how much time, like the time and fixes and driver issues and sim crashes, and this switch was working one day and now the switch don't work, to, you know, Arduino's crapping out on you mid-flight. Like I've been having that issue for the last week or so, so I'm still chasing that issue. It's excuse me, sorry. I will say from my experience for doing this now for, well, I've been simming for a while, but I would say that this was the most complete, because my 747 build that I did, you know, like 10, you know, about 12 years ago, that one, I spent more time working on that than I did flying, for sure. But that was FSX days. Coming into this one, for one, I would say the build is never complete, so you're always going to have maintenance, just because you're always adding and taking away and all of that good stuff. Time spent behind the camera, it varies, but I will say on a weekly basis, you're fixing something. Like for instance, like I said, I have my left Arduino. I'm running 2 Arduinos on this sim, and I will probably end up adding a third, because I want to get the 750 650 combo. I want to actually get this on its own Arduino, because right now how I have the wires running, if I ever need to get, and it's something I didn't think about, and this kind of ties into everything that I'm discussing today. I ran the wires not thinking clearly to make sure that I have extra wiring, that if I have to pull this panel out for whatever reason, let's say an encoder goes bad or a button craps out on me for whatever reason, I don't have enough to really pull it out all the way, and so it's gonna make it very, very difficult. And what I don't want to do is have to continue to take the front TV out to, you know, get behind it, you know, from that side. So what I would like to do is get another Arduino and then rewire it into that, and what I'll probably do is just put the Arduino right behind the panel here, just put it right up against it, and then just tap into right there, and then just run my USB cable out, so that way if I ever have to maintain it, fix it for whatever reason, I can just pull it out, everything is right there. It's a never-ending battle, and me and Sess, we always talk about it. We go back and forth with it all the time, and he says it best. An enclosed sim is never a plug-and-play system. Now, you can, let's say you had the money to just buy all plug-and-play instruments. You know, your avionics is plug-and-play. You know, you're using like the Logitech FIP panels. You know, everything that you have are all USB plug-and-play systems, right? You're still going to have maintenance. You're still going to have problems because something is going to go down. That driver's not going to work. This panel just decided to not work. Then, you know, your PC does updates in the background sometimes, or you'll do a Windows update, and now next thing you know, you're trying to figure out as to why your autopilot panel no longer works, but everything else does. And then you got to go back and you got to chase down and see what's going on. You have to roll back drivers. It, you know, and right now my fuel tank switch, selector switch, has been kind of finicky the last couple days too, where sometimes it'll work, sometimes it doesn't. And I've looked at the wires underneath the switch itself, and they work. They're fine. So that means that there is a wire loose from here to the back of the panel where it connects to the Arduino, and it doesn't take much. Maybe the vibration of the sub, you know, causes it to, you know, come loose. So, you know, there's always something going on. Hey Amir, how you doing tonight, man? Definitely never ended. My sim is out because Windows crapped out and doing fresh install of everything. No such thing as plug and play, even with USB stuff. Yeah, man, you know, it's definitely it's an ongoing thing, man. Like, and I like to have these conversations with y'all, and you know, to whoever else who are, you know, who is thinking about, you know, building their first sim. And you know, I want to kind of give you the some insight on how this goes. Like, it looks like once we get on camera, we try to make sure, like for me, like every day before I get in the sim, and sometimes it just don't work out that way, but you know, I always try to get into the sim at least an hour or two before streaming, you know, sometimes even sooner. And what I like to do is run ops checks. You know, I want to make sure my cameras are working right. I want to make sure, you know, my toggle switch to change the camera views are working right. I want to make sure mobiflight is up and running. There's no issues there. You know, sometimes the Air Manager app iPads, you know, they'll for some odd reason disconnect because the PC decided to switch over to another Wi-Fi signal in the house. And so then I got to go through and figure out, okay, is it the plug-in that disconnected, or is it the fact that my PC is on one Wi-Fi and the iPads are on a different? So then I got to go and chase that. So I always try to make sure that everything, like, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes before these cameras turn on. And even after the stream, after the recordings, you know, it's like, okay, like I know one of my lights out over here on my test panel is out. Not that the light is bad. Once again, a wire probably came loose. So I had to get back there eventually and turn that light on. So I just play it as okay, that light is in op, you know. So you're always, hey Juan, how's it going? From the DR. That's what's up. I like being inside. Yeah, man, being inside this thing is like a place of peace, man. This is one area, you know, where, like I said, I can just kind of check out from the world, you know, check out from life for a little while, hang out with some fellow simmers, and, you know, talk sim, talk life, talk this, talk that, you know, just kind of hang out. But it's a lot. It's really a lot more than it seems. You know, and then trying to maintain it all while still, you know, working your jobs and, you know, your family, and, you know, everything outside of this box, you know. So it's definitely some work, but not to deter anybody from building it, because it's the greatest thing. And if you're really into flight simulation, I feel like there's no better way to do it than to actually build a fully enclosed sim, because it just brings the full immersion and realism into flying. Like, it doesn't get better than this, you know. Like, fully being immersed, I don't see anything outside to mess up the immersion. I feel like I'm actually inside of this plane. I feel like I'm actually 2,000 feet in the air flying over a body of water. You know, it is something to achieve. And if you're up for the challenge, I would say go for it. Just know that no matter how neat your wires are, no matter how perfect your sim is set up, there's always something going on. Just like Amir said, you know, even with plug and plays, you still have issues. His window just completely dumped on him, and he has an amazing setup. If you haven't been to his channel, go check him out. Amazing sim setup, and even with that, you still have issues. You know, labor of love. That's right, Amir. I see you are having a great time flying, brother. I only need the roof, but I almost have my cabin ready. Oh, that's what's up, man. Hey, Juan, if you're not in the Discord, man, hop in the Discord. I would love to see some pictures of your setup. Like if there's anything, well, let me say it this way. Even though it's constant maintenance, sometimes, most of the time, it's easy maintenance. It's just tedious maintenance. All right, sounds good, man. I'll check them out once I'm done streaming tonight. Okay. You know, it's just little knickknacks that'll just get on my nerves. You know, but it's the love of flight sim, man. You gotta love this thing, man. And I think for anybody, I think people who build their sims from the ground up, you know, you have a different love for this thing. You know, it's almost as if it's the guy that bought the old 1970s car when it was rusted, busted, it was holes in the floor, there was no motor in it. I mean, this thing's a full restoration. And you see this guy, and you know, he puts a little bit of money into it here. You know, he buys the engine, and then he might buy some new tires, and then he might buy some new floor pans, and you know, over time he builds it into this masterpiece. And you can see in his or her eyes, like, outside of fan, like, it's almost like a kid. It's like, I love this thing unconditionally. I'm not gonna lie, there are times where I would get in this thing and like nothing just seems to go right. Like everything is failing. Like I did all my driver updates, I did a clean sweep on all my shader cache, you know, and the sim she just does not want to fly. Like she is stuttering bad. I did no changes to the settings. She don't want to work right. Then this program is work, and then that's cut, and it's just like I just want to turn the whole thing off and just walk away. And sometimes it's like, all right, I'm gonna walk away for a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back when I calm down, and then we're gonna have a conversation, and then we're gonna fix whatever's going on with you. The first thing I used was VR. They have their credits, but nothing compares to having a cabin, making it yourself, and putting in the parts we want. It's incredible. Exactly, Juan. I mean, when you build your own to your specifications, to your liking, it's different, you know. Like there's nobody else has a sim like mine. Nobody else has a sim like Amir. No one else has a sim like Seth. Like we all have our own style in it. How we went about building, what materials we use, what type of PC we're using, you know, the programs that we use, you know, all of these things. So, you know, versus, you know, people that it's not, this is not to knock anybody who just has, you know, a basic simple setup. That's not what this conversation, and I'll never knock anybody. If you are into flight sim, no matter what your setup is, hey, you like it, I love it, you know. But this is just mainly for the fully enclosed, fully immersive styles. Sims. It hits different, you know. I never really tried VR with flight sim. I've done VR as far as like, you know, going to a VR storefront and, you know, playing around with that or stepping into Best Buy, but I never done flight sim with it. I think that VR is cool if you're not into, you know, a whole build. I just prefer hitting a switch and it feels more real to me. Now I know VR, you know, you're fully immersed with the thing on your head and you're turning around and all that. Hey, if that works for you, that works for you. Don't let nobody in my sim pit without me. It's my piece of art. Yeah, exactly, Amir. Hey, everybody in this house knows this thing is off limits unless I'm in here. I better not catch you touching nothing. This is my prized possession. I'll put this over an old school car all day. And I am a car fanatic as well. You know, I've built a few cars over my days. Nothing to the level of, you know, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you know, I brought some cars back to life and, you know, made them my own. But it doesn't hit the way this hits, you know. All right, so we are 10 miles out for our first touch and go. Let's go ahead and start stepping down. Start pulling back throttle here a little bit. Okay. So our first touch and go is Providence or Providenciales. Don't get me the line. I'm about to bomb all of these names on some of these islands, because you know this is a lot of French. You know their languages. Ooh. I didn't pay attention a lot in my French class in school, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. I'm just gonna say Providence. Mike Bravo Papa Victor is where we're landing on our first touch and go. And as always, what I will do, I'll circle the airstrip first, and then we'll do our touch and go and keep pressing on from there. Look like we got some traffic out here this morning. Alright, autopilot is coming off. And we're gonna bring her on in here. So Amir, do you know what version of Windows you was running? Like, were you running like 23H2 or were you running 24H2? Because I do know that the 24H2 definitely made a huge difference in performance. Alright, so this aircraft is 500 below, coming straight at me. Where is your lights at? I saw you earlier, now I don't see you. Okay, I got him. Traffic is in sight. Hey, Seth, how's it going? Windows 11 latest version. Okay. Well, I wonder why it crapped out. Just quick drop in at work and we'll watch the stream tonight. Have a good flight, mate. Sounds good, Seth. I appreciate it, man. Glad to see you just stopping in and saying what's up. Don't work too hard out there. It started screwing up all my USBs a few days ago. Then my registry randomly corrupted and flight sim was uninstalled. Oh man, that's horrible right there. Now, just to show you what's going on. So everything's been running fine. Now I don't know if the cameras is picking it up, but if you look at the screen really closely, it's starting to do this little weird jittery type of thing, like it's pausing and then it's catching up and then it's pausing and it's catching up. Like these are all the little things. This don't know why it does it. It was working fine, and now it's doing some weird stuff. Reinstalling right now, everything working as I added back in, just a lot of stuff. Okay, well that's good. Yeah, I did a fresh install when I built the new PC. And then just kind of go from there. Like I said, I don't know if y'all can see that, but she's doing this stutter step move. and I know there's nothing else running other than the usual. Man, it's nice over here though. I wonder if, let me see something real quick. Let me turn that off. Let's see if that makes a difference. Yeah, I have FSUI PC. Alright, speed checks, gear is coming down. And first notch flaps coming in. So it's not that. I need you to, hey. No, what are you doing? Get off my screen. There we go. Okay. I'll check that out, Amir. Appreciate that. I never thought about that. Yeah. Look at this water, man. Gosh, this water looks so real. Alright, I think I'm gonna instead of doing the touch and go right here, I'm gonna land this thing right now and see if I can figure out what this little stutter thing going is. I'm gonna reset FSUI PC. Second notch flaps coming in. Yeah, cause this ain't cool. Alright, gear is down, flaps are down, we are a little low. Get a little bit of power. Alright. Oh. Yeah, she's acting a little weird right now. Now I know you see me landing. Oh, look at this guy. So you don't see me? That's what we doing? Alright, let me let's get off here real quick. Yeah, this stuttering is definitely not good. That makes flying rather difficult. Alright, we'll just park right here for now. Okay, let me see. Man, it's the stutter stuff that it's doing. I don't know what's going on with that. Let me see here. I'm gonna have to. Yep, y'all gonna have to bear with me for a second. See what's going on here. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. There's always something going on. Always something. Even my task manager is not even trying to, not even coming all the way, not loading in like it's supposed to. Uh-oh. Don't you do that. Okay, that's fine. Alright. We'll, Jack, is that you next to me? Telling you, Jack will just pop out. Man, hold on a second. I bet you it's Jack. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and keep pressing and see if it fixes itself. Cause what I don't want to do, yeah, I'm getting this bad little stutter, man. I don't know where it's coming from, but we're gonna go ahead and press on. Next stop is Mike Bravo Papa India, because one thing that I've learned is, hey, if y'all see this DA right here, that's Jack. He likes to fly with me. Oh, and you know what I forgot to add in? I just thought about it. I forgot to load in the livery that you sent me that you fly with. I need to add that in. Yo, Day, how's it going? All right, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and press on. Like I said, hopefully it'll smooth itself out, because y'all know how it goes, man. You start tinkering with stuff mid-flight, and next thing you know it, you'll get a CTD. I can't complain, man. Doing good, feeling good. Out here island hopping. How much runway we got here? Do I got enough to take off from here instead of having a back taxi? All right, we look good. Let's trim her out a little bit more there. Yeah, we got enough. I don't need a back taxi. You get your old man nap in, Day? Alright. Power's coming in. And rotate. Oh, okay. Pilot brake gear is coming up. Flaps up. Where were you flying at? London Heathrow to oh, that's a nice ride right there. Man, I'm really loving this photogrammetry off, man. It looks so much better. I'm team no photogrammetry. The common route. Yep. I think I might need to clear my cache out too. I haven't did a shader cache clean in about a week or so. We'll see though. Well, there you go. So here is a, like I said, here is a common or a prime example of there's always something going on. And you know what's even more amazing is a lot of people, I don't want to scare nobody, but a lot of people don't even know, like a lot of these planes that be flying in the air, they have maintenance issues too, but they're flyable maintenance issues. You just don't know about it. But yeah, there's always something going on for sure. Alright, now this leg is fairly short. It's only a little 7-mile hop. Well, we got some clouds. Let's see, we are about 1,700, maybe 1,800 to 2,000 feet ceiling. Yeah, Juan, that's a prop wash autopilot. So this is a little tricky one, so let's get down here. It's a, I'm not gonna lie, like it's a very basic autopilot, but it works good though. The only major issue, and I think everybody has had this issue with this particular one, is you got to be very, very careful with the connection on the back of it. They did a horrible job with it, so it doesn't take much for you to pull that thing out. So what I was having issues when I first got it, because you would pull the cable out or one small problem and it'll come out. So all I did was I just doused, I plugged the cable in and then just doused it with some hot glue. It ain't going nowhere now. Yeah, I actually like it. It's like I said, it's very basic, but it works. Alright, speed check gear is coming down. This is going to be a fun one right here. Very small little airstrip here off to the right. Man, these stutters, man, it's making it very, very hard. Like it's almost as if like I'm sitting still. I don't like this. I do have a pretty crazy wind, headwind too. Another reason why I'm moving at snail speed. Yep, up there's Jack. Going too slow for you, Jack. Yeah, something is acting up in the background for sure. 500. I'll have to check it out after the stream. Like I said, I don't want to mess with it now because I'll mess around and crash the whole system, and nobody want to deal with all that. We got Jack Sparrow coming in for a touch and go. Look like he is down and he is back up off the ground. Let me slow mine up a little bit. Gear is down, flaps are down. Alright, cool. Let's see if I can do this with the stutters. Ooh, hold that, hold it. Hold it. Bounce, 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 bounce. This is a very, very thin little airstrip here. All right, next one is Mike Bravo November Charlie. This one is Pine K Day. Yeah, I stream on the same PC. My goal is to eventually get me a streaming PC separate from this, so it can do its own thing. Hey, gaming with Jetty Jet. So as of now, as the sim sits, I'm in between. I would say anywhere between 35 and 4,000 for the total build. That's PC, TVs, the whole build. Now this is something that I'm finding weird, Amir, because now that the PC is doing this little weird thing all of a sudden, I wonder if it has something to do with the frame gen, because I'm starting to see more. Nah, it can't be that, because it was doing just fine. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But we gonna make it do what it do regardless. Y'all know how we do over here. We keep it G. Once you do your touch and go, Jack, next one on board is gonna be Mike Bravo Sierra Charlie. You pretty much can probably kind of see what I'm doing here along the flight plan. I'm just kind of catching each one as we head east. See, now right now it looked like it's kind of gone away. That's weird. I don't know why. See, all right, cool day. Have a good one, man. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, let me slow this thing up. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Can I get it slowed up fast enough? All right, we are 155. Speed checks. Gears coming down, and let's get it down to about 150. First notch flaps coming in. 500. What's going on with you, Jack? Look like that wind playing with you. Yeah, now it seems like the stutters have completely gone away, Amir. That's crazy. So something was processing in the background for whatever reason, and it was taking some resources away. I need to find out what that was. All right, gears down, flaps are down. We're 90, 85. Hold it. Look, a lot better without stutters. Whoa, oh, don't lose it. Alright. Gear is coming up. Flaps are up. And I'm telling you, there are literally times when I'll be flying and like stuff would just start happening for no reason. And I was like, I don't care. I know I had one flight I was flying, and I mean it was just a complete disaster, man. And I wanted to literally just start destroying and dismantling this thing. I was so upset. It's like you fix this one thing just for something else to just break loose on the other side. But now she's running fine. Like the stutter completely went away. So there y'all go. For those of you who don't have an enclosed sim yet and are dreaming or in plans to make one, just know we be stressed out for real. we just hide it, but deep down inside we just want to give up sometimes. This is crazy. All right, so this next leg is 31 miles. Jack then took off on me. He has disappeared into the. We'll level out here at 16, I guess. That's fine. We'll go nav mode. Oh no, I got you in sight, Jack. I see you. The sun glare had me blind for a second. Oh, it's coming back again. That is strange. Look like this cloud coverage. Well, I guess we can hang out here. It's not too bad. I still can see. Oh wow, this is awesome over here, man. You can see like you know, like if you look in the water, like what's the one I'm looking for? I can't think of it. Looks kind of like coral in a sense, you know, where like the water is it's not deep, I guess you could say. So you can. And the stutter goes away. Oh man. Are you going down on this one, Jack? I don't think I had this one in, but I just saw that. If you going down on that one, I'm right behind you. At what's this? Coach bar? Yeah, it's a nice view, Juan. Alright, come on. Can I slow her down? This is gonna be kinda crazy. Alright, that's good. Gears coming down. We'll go full flaps. Get her woed up. Slip her in a little bit.
Terrain ahead.
Yeah, I know terrain is ahead. I see it. Hush.
500.
Alright. Gear is down and locked. Flaps are down. I gotta keep checking it because my landing gear lever is a little loose. And so I might pull the landing gear down, but it never really goes down. I've drugged the bottom of this plane a few times because I thought my gear was down and it wasn't. She's a little bumpy on this one. Gotta come up over these trees here. Woo! This one's rough. Man. She back to stuttering again. What is your issue, moms? Mom Dukes? What is your problem? Oop. Not too bad. Recover that nicely. Alright, gears coming up. Man, these trees are... don't really give you no room to come up out of here. Alright. We made it out of that. I don't know why it does that. That is weird. Like, it's coming in and out. Cause now the stutters done went away again. So there's something running in the background that it shouldn't, and I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I don't like it. All right. So now we press on to South Caicos. And we'll level out here at 1,100 and we'll go nav. Man, this is nice. So for everybody that's in the chat that has a sim, what's your biggest hurdle? Or what has been your biggest hurdle? Like the one thing that just makes you just, I just want to give up with this thing. Wow, this is nice. I'll start. I think for me the biggest hurdle, man, that's actually a good question for myself now that I think about it. I would probably have to say the biggest hurdle was getting my nav encoder to work right. It took me almost a month to figure out how to get my nav encoder to work. Are you flying the Caribbean? You mentioned Caicos, so you are near the Dominican Republic. Come here and share some beers with us. Yes, Juan, I am in the Caribbean. This week and next week is all about the Caribbeans. I'm doing the whole Caribbean thing. We'll be hitting up the Grand Turks on this flight as well. So the DR is somewhere on the route. I don't know exactly where I'm at the moment, but we're definitely we'd definitely be stopping in and have a few cold ones. The DR is always a place I've always wanted to go to in real life. I just haven't had a chance to get down there yet, but it's definitely on my list of places to go to. Where did Jack go? There you are, Jack. I see you, Jack. Yeah, Juan, I've been wanting to do this Caribbean tour for some time now. So I decided to go ahead and go for it. I don't know what I have in store after this one. I haven't thought that far out yet. I gotta figure out a what's the word I'm looking for? I gotta figure out the next tour. Cause we did the US already. We did a little bit of Europe, I guess you can say. I mean, there's still a whole bunch of Europe that still needs to be seen. Always looking good, my friend. Appreciate that, Jose. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the next tour is going to be after the Caribbeans. I know one thing for sure. This water out here is beautiful, man. Like, even out here in the middle of nowhere, like, that's just crazy to me. Like, we are literally out here nowhere, but the water is just pretty all by itself. Hey, Jose, look, man. You gotta. It's a give and take. You have to learn how to finesse your way into the build. Oh man, it's like, all right. Let me build up my. I gotta build my points up. So let me get my loving in here and there. Let me get this set up. Let me take care of that. Let me wine and dine, and then I just sneak a 5090 in. Hey, caught it on sale. Not really, but Oh man, we all know the feeling for sure. All right, so we are 6 miles out. Jack is still up there, nice and high. Y'all probably can't see him, but he's right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and start turning in here. To take my use is just fair. I built my car. I definitely understand that for sure, Jose. I think that's where I'm going. Oh snap. Let me pay attention to what I'm doing here. I have Puerto Plata in as the final destination. Now, I see Monte Cristi. Which airport should I go to? Let me get back up here to where I'm at. Where am I? I lost myself. Okay. Jack, where'd you go? I don't want to cut you off. I saw you for a second and then... Well, you're probably not flying over me anyway. You're going faster than me. Yeah, that's gonna be the last stretch. I'm trying to get us set up so that comes... That's far behind. What's far behind? Yep. I'm coming in. Oh, you're behind. Okay, yeah, Juan, that's I might have to go around. I'm coming in way too fast. You can go ahead and take this leg. Get in front of me there, Jack. I'm coming in too fast. I'll tell you what, I'll just circle the runway. So this is South Caicos. So Puerto Plata. Well, that works out perfect because that's exactly where that's the final destination. I actually got that logged in as that's where we shut down. So that'll work out. We can land and meet up, and you can show me around the DR a little bit and go have some fun. I can't get too crazy. I got a wife. Oh man, fun times. So this is South Caicos. Look like we got some hotels out here, right on the coast there. And we're just gonna circle it. Jack should be on his approach. Let me see if I can catch him on the turn. I don't see him. I thought I saw you and kind of disappeared on me. All right. Yeah, Jack. So once I'm done with all these last little bit of touch and goes we got, then I'm gonna shoot across the water and oh, I see you landing or doing your touch and go there. Then I'm gonna shoot across and get over to DR. I want to go ahead and get over there tonight, so that way tomorrow I can get set up so that Saturday we can actually start running all the real cool stuff. Cause I really would like to I wanna run, you know, St. Martin, St. Barth, and do all those things this weekend. All right, speed checks gear is coming down. First notch of flaps is coming in. Thank God my wife doesn't get into that, but these adult toys are really. No, my wife is cool. We actually we've been contemplating when we wanted to take the trip to DR. It's definitely on our bucket list. We just haven't it's just finding the right time. All right, Jack, next stop is going to be Mike Bravo Alpha Charlie. More
500.
Man, this is nice, y'all. All right, slowly start easing it out. That's what she said. Oh man, the thoughts that run through my head. I tell you, dip, don't do that. It always gets bumpy right before the fence. It just, don't know why it does that. Always want to float. No. Bouncy landings. Alright, gear is coming up. And let's shoot over to we're headed to, what is this? Ambergris? Okay. Big Amber? Big Amber. What is going on? Is my she locked up? What happened? The stream just kind of went out. Oh boy, what happened here? Oh, yep. What happened to my stream?